Hey everyone, Cameron with CBM Reviews here, and I am about to lay down a theory. It's kind of a big theory, and it has to deal with Black Panther, the Soul Stone, and Captain America. So, let me start at the beginning. I want to talk about where I think the Soul Stone is located. As of right now, we're about to lead into Avengers Infinity War, and we know the location of 5 of the Infinity Stones. We know that the Tesseract, which is also known as the Space Stone, is in Loki's grasp aboard the ship. We also know that the Ether is located in the Collector's place in Nowhere. We know that the staff that held the Mind Stone got cracked open in Avengers Age of Ultron and is now resting in the middle of Vision's forehead. There's also the Orb, which is also known as the Power Stone, which is in the vault on Xandar. And last but not least, we have the Eye of Agamotto, which is the Time Stone, around Doctor Strange's neck if it's not within the Sanctum Sanctorum. That leaves one stone left, which is the Soul Stone. And nobody knows for sure where it is. My theory is that it's on Wakanda, and a lot of people think that it's also on Wakanda. So let me tell you why I think it's on Wakanda. And this is a theory, this is not canon, this is just my opinion. I think that a long time ago, there was an entity that was trying to get their hands on the Soul Stone, which, according to one of the comics that came out, that's a prequel for Infinity War, is the most dangerous one of all. So if somebody was trying to get their hands on it, and somebody who had custody of it didn't want it to fall within the wrong hands, what if they encased it in a giant hunk of metal and hurled it into space, and it just so happened to land on Earth in Africa? And let's say that this metal also happens to be the strongest element that humans have ever come in contact with. I'm suggesting that the vibranium isn't just a random hunk of metal, but that it is an enclosure for the Soul Stone. If that is the case, and the Soul Stone is in the heart of Wakanda, this is where my theory starts to flourish. I say that the Soul Stone's power started to seep out of the vibranium into the soil there in Wakanda. And a lot of the plant life started exhibiting the properties of said Soul Stone, like the heart-shaped herb. As you know, the Black Panther, before he gets his powers, he eats the heart-shaped herb, they bury him into the ground. He sees the souls of those Black Panthers that passed before him. He converses with the dead. He comes back with all the powers of the Black Panther. If that is a property of the Soul Stone in the plants and he eats it, 2 things happen. Number 1, he's imbued with enhanced powers as he would with any of the Infinity Stones. But number 2, that conversing with the dead is a residual property, not one that lasts very long, but one that he gets to talk with souls that have passed along. If that's the case, we have our location of the Soul Stone, which means that Black Panther is wielding a very weakened version of the Soul Stone properties within his body. My theory is that he's not the only one. Let's listen to this story. Let's say we are in the midst of World War II and Hitler is advancing his troops and he's trying to conquer all of Europe and eventually the world. And the Americans get together with some scientists and they go to the king of Wakanda and ask for his help because they are the most technologically advanced country in the world and no other country has successfully invaded their borders. And they ask for help. And say the king of Wakanda says, I won't help you because we need to stick with our own and I need to protect my people. But because I'm sympathetic to your cause, I'm going to give you the tools necessary to defeat the Axis powers. And so he gives the Americans a piece of vibranium and Dr. Erskine gets the heart-shaped herb. If that is the case, the Americans take the vibranium and create a shield out of it. That would explain why Black Panther didn't try to take the shield in Civil War. If it was taken from Wakanda by force, they would have gone after Steve. They would have gone after the Americans. They would not have stopped until they got back what was theirs, because they did it with Claw. As soon as he popped up on the radar, let's go get that fool. But that was not the case in this point. But that explains the vibranium. The heart-shaped herb, let's say Erskine takes it back to the lab, does some processing on it, and whoever takes the serum based on the heart-shaped herb gains enhanced powers, enhanced healing, agility, all the properties that we see in Black Panther. So now, those properties go into Captain America. Now, Captain America has a vibranium shield. He has, quite literally, the strength of the Black Panther surging through his veins, which just so happens to be the Soul Stone, a weaker form of the Soul Stone. However, in this theory, he has the strength of the Soul Stone coursing through his veins, as does T'Challa. So if I'm right, that tells the location of the Soul Stone, and it tells how Black Panther and Captain America have their powers, which is actually based off of an Infinity Stone. But like I said, that's my theory. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm on the right track? Do you think that my theory is just a bunch of hooey? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this theory video, hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe. Share this video with all your friends. And as always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.